Wow. I just had a meeting with my boss. He's a great guy. He had some concerns, you know. They were, I understand, they were legitimate concerns that he had. Um, Korea's a conservative culture. I didn't realize it. Don't let the blue jeans and short skirts fool you. And some of the girls here, like 8-year-old girls, dress provocatively. They dress in see-through white lace and short shorts, and one of the teachers does as well. You know, and apparently that's okay. Nobody said anything. I want to say something, but nobody else is saying anything, so I guess it's okay. Don't let it fool you, though. It came up in class, you know, how many girlfriends have you had? You know, so I told them, and they were utterly shocked. You know, I told them, you got to realize I'm 33 years old. Okay, I mean, I started this whole thing at about 14. So, you know, that number is spread out over several years, and, well, I mean, God, no wonder they think Americans are dirty, filthy playboys. Because I was asking the head teacher, and she said, yeah, people don't date here until college. Really, sometimes after college, you know, they try to get married right away. There's no dating in high school. You know, it's very rare and unheard of. You know, and Korea's a very modern country. I mean, they got a couple of things that look a little bit ghetto, but it's not. It's just a different way of doing things, and most of the differences in their customs are better. Really, they're just better. That was my phone. I don't know if you could hear it. Um, but just watch yourself. Um, some Koreans will just I don't know how to put it. It's just sometimes they're sly. They'll take you out for a couple of drinks because they think that'll loosen you up, and they'll ask you about girlfriends and relationships and things that you've done and nocturnal activities. And it's like you got to be careful because it's different here. It's very different here, and they're gonna look at you in a different way. It's a very conservative place. The students go home. There's plenty of gossip, especially deep in the country where I am. I'm like a UFO sighting almost. It's like Dave Watch. They're out there, you know. Oh, Dave was here and he ate this, and I saw him with this person, and you know he was hanging out with this girl. You know, the news will get back. Kids go home, tell their parents, they tell other kids. They don't know how to keep a secret. Well, in some schools they do, but just not mine. Not that, well, you know what I mean. Like if something inappropriate happened, for example, there was a lesson. What's your ideal type? You know, and it said thin lips, full lips, wavy hair, curly hair. You know, and the students asked me what my ideal type was. And I had a couple of words that were not in the book, you know, and it was just difficult. I was using the computer to translate, and they just did not understand. So I said, well, let me just show you. So I brought up Google. I didn't use the local Naver search engine. I used Google. I clicked on pictures, and I typed in Jessica Alba. And unfortunately, the very first picture that shows up is Jessica Alba completely naked in bed. She's face down. You don't see any of the good stuff. I mean, you get to see the curve of her behind, but that's it. So then the next day, the head teacher comes, and she says to me that she got a report that I'm showing naked pictures of my girlfriend in class. Oh my God, Jessica Alba is not my girlfriend. I don't know if I'd like her to be. I mean, she looks nice, but I mean, you need personality. You need a little more than that. And I would think these boys, like if I was showing naked pictures in class, you'd think they would know enough to keep their mouths shut so that I might do it again one day. You know, if they want to actually see stuff like that. Anyway, so I had to reenact the whole thing. I'm like, this is exactly what I did. Here's Wikipedia, Jessica Alba. You see, it's a name. Alba's a name. It's not a word. It does not. nothing filthy. Now let's go to Google, click images, Jessica Alba, and there it is. The first picture, it's a very nice picture, by the way, Jessica. Um, and there it is, she's naked, and that's what happened. So these little things happen every now and then, and they don't look conservative. They don't look ultra conservative. I mean, I had my first kiss when I was 8. The kids were shocked. I didn't, and it wasn't like, it wasn't like she was my girlfriend. We just made out. That's all. I barely even remember the circumstances. But they were utterly shocked by that. Yeah, I had some girlfriends in middle school. That's normal in America. At least it was for my school. Um, I mean, it's not like you could go out and take them on a date. I mean, my parents wouldn't even let me have pegs for my bicycle. But I digress. So it's a conservative culture, and you got to watch it out here. Um, Other than that, go with the flow, because everybody's a little different. If you do anything crazy, don't do it in your own town. And one person's opinion of what you can do and what you can't do is going to differ drastically from another Korean's. Some of them have had experience with foreigners, some of them haven't. Some of them just want to hear about sexual exploits because it's entertainment for them, and they want to see what kind of a filthy American you are, or filthy European or whatever. Not all of them. Some of them just are legitimately interested and they want to talk. But yeah, I just spent the past the past hour in my boss's office reviewing the tapes from the classroom. And why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did you? Some of the stuff I had to bring him the book. I'm like, no, that's not me. The book actually says how. It actually asks. This is part of the actual exercise from the book. It didn't help that I actually chose that book. But I told him, which I did bring that up because I know he was thinking of it. But I said, listen, I didn't read every single page in the book. I had 3 days to find a new book. I had 2 choices. This was the better choice. I didn't read every single word. I flipped through. I saw some good lessons. I thought it was a good thing, so I chose that book. Sometimes I actually show the camera. I hold the book up to the camera. It records sound as well. And I say it's page 60. This is on page 60 of the Talk manual. And I use the cameras. I use the cameras myself. I'm aware, I make sure that I'm at an angle where they can see me, where I'm not, they can see that I'm not touching the kids, that I'm not leaning over. I stand off to the side where they can see a full view of where I am and where my hands are, because some of the kids are vicious. They'll start rumors they know are not true. They'll pass on rumors that they think are true, or that they heard or they don't know are true. They're just, it's fun. It's gossip. It's the country. I'm living in the country. It's that way in America, in the country too. At least the parts that I visited. So you got to watch it. You got to be careful. Anyway, this has been another edition of the Dave Experience. Your experience may vary.